Do you feel like you're blocked with your spiritual gifts? Like you can't access them? Or maybe you have a lot of fear around them because they've either been shut down or maybe you've seen things or heard things since you were a child. Well, if you have and you're ready to release those blocks and that resistance around accessing your spiritual gifts and your true divine self, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Reba, the Starbeam Alchemist, and I'm here to help you transmute all of that energy today around your spiritual gifts. If this is your first time joining me on doing resistance and karmic release, then let me explain how this will work. We're first going to call in all of the resistances, and then I'm going to have you repeat some phrases with me, as well as do the waving motions and the snapping motions over your chakras. If you're unable to do a snapping, feel free to clap. So this one is a little bit hard, but can still be done. When we do the ears, you can do this instead of snapping. During the Karmic Vow release, I will be guiding you to do pressure points as well as repeat after me. So just follow along. So first, we're just going to call in our divine assistants, spirit team of the highest light and resonance, divine source, all angels, spirit guides, wise and healed ancestors who would like to be present during this healing. Please step forward now. Please surround us with pure divine light, providing a shield and a protection for this healing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go ahead and come into a state of receptiveness so you can feel the energy entering into your palms. As we do this first part, your hands might get really heavy. I like holding them up because my hands usually get heavy. I can feel the weight of the resistance coming into my hands. You might feel tingling, you might feel warmth. That's okay. So we just call forth all of the resistance blocks and fear around accessing our divine spiritual gifts. All the resistance around accessing and becoming fully who we are meant to be. We call forth all the resistance blocks and fears around true knowing. It can be a little bit scary when you're provided information predicting the future, or you know things about people without them telling you. We call forth all the resistance blocks and fear around true seeing and having our third eye fully awake and open. It can be scary seeing things that other people can't see, especially the icky, especially things of darkness. We call forth all the resistance around seeing. We call forth all the resistance around true hearing, all the fear around hearing things that aren't there. Any labels that have been put on you, pull that forward, that resistance and blocks. And we start labeling as crazy or schizophrenic. So many labels in that. All the resistance, blocks, and fear around true speaking, the gift of tongues of light language, hearing our true voice. All the resistance, blocks, and fear associated with true smelling. Not all the things we smell are pleasant. All the fear around true tasting. Again, not all the things that we taste are ugh, sometimes they're gross. But both of those things help us within the gift of mediumship, being able to taste and smell things of loved ones coming through. Not all things are bad. A lot of things are pleasant. Smell of roses and honeysuckle. Being able to taste the favorite foods of your loved ones. Know they're there. Call forth all the resistance, blocks, and fear around dreaming, accessing information in our dream state. All the resistance, blocks, and fear around true feeling, true sensing. Call forth the block of not knowing what is ours versus what is someone else's. All the resistance, blocks, and fear around being an empath, the stigma of being an empath. All the resistance, blocks, and fear around having prophetic things being shown to us, told to us. Call forth all that resistance, all that resistance. And you might, at this time, feel like your hands are really heavy. Just want to put my arms down. That's a sign that you're full of what can be brought forth. So repeat with me, Spirit, please help me release all of this resistance, blocks, fear, and energy out of every level, layer, dimension of my body and being, out of all my cellular memory. Please help me release all of this resistance with waving and snapping motions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for this one, because we are doing a release of our spiritual gifts, we're going to start back here with your V's. Come over to the side of your ears, up on your crown, and then down the front. We're going to do this 3 times, all the way down. Shukuriata karavata kuriata karash kurianta koro kurianta kara karavash kurianta karash kuriata kara kariata kara kara kara. Ushukurianta kiriati tianto toriash kuriata varianta karash kuria haya. Then we're going to snap over, again, all of the chakras because of what we are working with today. Normally it's only 3. Today we're going to do all of it. So the back of your head, snap. Your ears, snap. Your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root. Back of your head, your ears, your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root. Back of head, ears, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral root. And repeat with me. Spirit, thank you, thank you, thank you for the healing energies rushing into my body at this time. Please place pillars of light within these spaces to hold and sustain them until my true, divine, authentic self can fill these spaces. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And just be aware of what's going on within your body. I currently am feeling a lot of clearing within my throat chakra right now. Definitely feel the presence of my ancestors come forth quite a bit when I do this release. If you need a minute to sit in this energy, go ahead and pause the video. Otherwise, we can keep going. Next, we're going to do karmic release around the vow against our spiritual gifts. So imagine a violet flame sphere in front of your throat and your heart chakra. And as you speak the words, just see and feel all that energy of the words and the release going into the sphere. The violet flame is heavy, transmuting energy. So repeat with me. At one time, whether in this lifetime or another lifetime, I took on the karmic vow against accessing my spiritual gifts. I now deem that this karmic vow is no longer of my highest and purest good, and now I release this vow against accessing my spiritual gifts. I accept the soul lesson of accepting who I am, all parts of me, whether it's my physical being or my true divine higher self. I now release the vow against accessing my spiritual gifts from right now and into my future, in this lifetime and across all lifetimes, as it no longer serves my highest and purest good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go ahead and your right hand is your releasing side. So with your left hand, you're going to apply pressure in the center of your palm and say, I now release the karmic vow against accessing my spiritual gifts out of my aura and my health rays. I also release all programming that it keeps this vow on repeat within my aura and health rays. Move your hand to pinch this meaty part of your palm just below your pinky and say, I now release the karmic vow against accessing my spiritual gifts out of every cell of my body, DNA and RNA, and out of all of my cellular memory, out of my body and being. We also remove all programming that is keeping this on repeat within my body and my cellular memory. This next part is this meaty part in between your thumb and index finger. And say, I now release the karmic vow against accessing my spiritual gifts. I now release all beliefs and programming instilled in me from society, religion, history, media, and my ancestors. And I also release all programming, keeping this on repeat within my belief system. I now ask the angels to take this violet flame sphere and release it back to source to be transmuted into pure divine love and light. Now imagine a sphere of white in front of your throat and your heart. I now take on the belief that I do have full access to my spiritual gifts. I am whole, healed, and complete. And I am stepping into my true, divine, authentic self. Angels, please assist in bringing this energy ball into my body and being. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now just see and feel that energy ball enter in through your throat, your heart, and becoming larger and expanding out throughout every cell of your body and being and into your aura. I ask the source and angels and spirit guides to please place pillars of light within all the clearings and spaces presented by the resistance and karmic release to hold and sustain them until they can be filled with my true, authentic, divine self. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, go ahead and just feel what you're feeling, see what you're seeing. Be open and receptive to any divine messages, visions, any words of wisdom coming to you right now. Take the time to journal and feel into these gifts. Be aware of what Spirit shows you is some of your spiritual gifts. Pay attention to the things coming out of your mouth when people are around you or needing assistance. You know, be aware of your throat chakra opening and wanting to speak that light language or whatever is coming forward for you in this moment. This is something that you can do often. You don't necessarily need to do the karmic vow more than once unless you feel like there are more levels and layers, or maybe you feel like there's another karmic vow that is keeping you from accessing your gifts. Many vows are overlaid with each other, but you can definitely continue to keep doing the resistance part of this. Every time I have done this resistance with my clients, I become more and more activated because I can't do the saying and say repeat after me and it not affect me. So I've been doing this a lot over the last 2.5 months, and I feel like I'm more and more online. So if you feel like more resistance is coming up, like the levels and layers that have suppressed our spiritual gifts are very layered, very deep. So it's okay to do the resistances more than once. Like I said, you don't necessarily need to do the karmic vow release in there unless a different karmic vow is specifically coming up for you. But you can definitely continue to do the releases. So let me know in the comments what you're feeling, what you became aware of. I would love to hear that from you. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day and reach for the stars. Namaste.